So here's today's daily improvements. First thing is I brought back our swivel dock. I previously called this a swivel dock, and we had made this, but we didn't use it. And I found it in our red tag last week, and I brought it back to use it, try it out with applying Indian ink, and it works really great. So as you can see, you can easily maneuver the guitar around. You can lock it in place, so it works really well. And it sits into our shop stand, so we can set this up in just a minute, not even. And when we're applying the Indian ink with a brush, it just makes it much more enjoyable, much faster, much easier to get around the body, and also of course improves the quality because you have great access everywhere. The next thing is that we improved our Indian ink applicator. So this is a brush that we normally use, which was kept in a separate location pointing up, and you would clean it in between. And this is Indian ink. Drilled a hole in the top of this, so now our ink is always ready to go. So you can see here we have a little washer glued on here and a hole, so you don't need to clean this in between uses. You can just use it. The next thing is we reduce the amount of Indian ink that we use, because before in the past we were painting all of this black, and actually this gets spray painted afterwards. So to me it was over processing. We were applying Indian ink, spending a long time painting it in all of these nooks and crannies, and afterwards it got spray painted, but it never got it. I don't think it added any value to the customer. So I've decided to just do it without painting all of these. The next thing is that we arranged a tool path, rearranged a tool path. So we were getting a problem where the chamfers here were the wood was moving ever so slightly, and it was causing the chamfers to be much bigger on one side than the other after the machining has started. So by a simple rearrangement, it's hard to explain, but by a simple rearrangement of the tool paths, which was basically to move one of the tool paths upwards here, so you can see it does the 45V, the chamfer, in between all of the 10N mil roughing, and that gives a much better result. So you'll see an example of it here. Here you can see the chamfer done with the new tool paths, and with the old one you can see the chamfer got made much bigger because the wood moves a little bit after you've machined out the center. It's hard to explain, but basically it's a small improvement that makes a big difference. So this is going to require a lot of processing to reduce down the side of this to get this chamfer perfect, whereas over here it's perfect size the whole ways down along from the beginning. The next thing that we did is fixed the battery wire. So there's a wire for a battery here, and previously the machine would just go straight through here, and it would kind of burst out the side a little bit. Not bad, and this is inside the guitar, so you wouldn't even see it, and the same out this side. So what I did was made a little hole here first, and just added an extra tool path that drills a little hole here and a little hole here. So now when it comes through, it doesn't burst it out, does a much nicer finish here, and a much nicer finish here. Even though it's something inside the guitar, it's just nice for quality. And then the next thing I did was added a standard operating procedure with Gemba docs for starting up the machine. So it's turning a complicated process into a simple process. So anybody should be able to scan this, check out the procedure, and they should be able to power up the machine, get the first bit in, initialize everything, do all the zeroing, and check the air pressure and make sure everything is ready to go for whatever tool paths you're going to run. And then the final thing that I did was that's in process. So I've just added, we've had a lot of trouble with our bins, just from bad labeling by the bin company. They would collect the wrong bin, so just sourced these stickers which are on the way, and we're going to stick them on the bin, so hopefully we won't have that problem anymore. And that's the improvements for today.